Hello YouTube, this is ChardarYGO back again with Dr. Nick Burge's Drytron list from German Nationals. Opponent gets to go first so we don't have any hand traps. Fortunately, this deck is pretty good at baiting out negates, and then we can just Mystic Mine them. So opponent activates Open, pitches Tragedy. Pretty solid start. Summons Aluber. Chainlink 1 Aluber. Chainlink 2 Tragedy. Gets Ad Libitum, gets Branded Fusion, goes to the main phase. Do they have Lost as well? It's the only thing that could make this better. They have Patchwork. Patchwork, grab Agent Poly, activate Branded Fusion. Thinking on what to send. We'll see if they're playing Comedy. It's not relevant here, but every time a Despia player has had Comedy against me, I've been very impressed by it. And I feel like more decks should be playing it than that I see do. Alright, they are playing Dramaturge. Okay, dumps Dramaturge, summon Lubellion, activates Dramaturge, activates Lubellion, discards Edge of Chain, shuffle, summons Mirror Jade, summons Dramaturge, activates the Edge of Chain, grabs Patchwork, I expect them to activate the Mirror Jade here. We'll see if they do. Thinking on if they want to. Activates Mirror Jade. This is expected. Dumps Albion. Banishes Aluber. Activates Poly. Opponent's going for the greedy line. We respect it. See what they summon with Poly. Fuses Mirror Jade, Adlib, summons Masquerade. Activates Adlib. Summons Mirror Jade, activates Dramaturge, for no particular reason, negates itself. Alright, opponent, do you have anything else? So we're really hoping our opponent isn't playing the counter trap, goes to the end phase. We need them to not be playing the counter trap. We need them to not have Ash in their last two cards. Activate Albion, set Branded in red. We draw an Alpha, so we have Alpha Zeta if we want it. See if our opponent has anything on the draw phase. Standby. Main. Activate Terraforming, pay 600. Grab Mystic Mine. Now, opponent has way fewer cards in deck. So, we're kind of just banking on them not playing any back row removal. Pay 600, activate Mystic Mine. Opponent can chain Branded in red here, but it's not going to matter because the mine will resolve before they can put any of their effects on the chain. Opponent chains Mirror Jade, dumps Albion, banishes banishes Mirror Jade, Mystic Mine resolves, and then these decks usually don't play back or removal. So I think we can just pass and wait for our opponent to deck out. If our opponent is playing back or removal, then that's the wrong play. But I feel like the upside of this is much higher, because if we deck our opponent out, we get to see a lot of their deck, and then they don't know we're playing Drytron. So they won't know to side in Duels, hopefully. Is the thought process here. Not going to be a very interesting duel to watch, I'm sorry, but I do think this is worthwhile. Opponent's going to activate Patchwork, thin the deck even further. So that means either they do have an out, or they're just playing cards to play cards. I suppose also if we're discarding hand size enough, opponent will pick up on that we're playing Drytron. We might be able to strategically discard otherwise to show otherwise. Opponent really thinking. The fact that they're taking so long makes me think that they don't have an out. They might just be salty. That's also worth considering. Alright. Minute and 45 left on the clock. Activates Poly. Can't poly themselves down to no monsters on board. Can poly themselves down to one monster on board. Fuses Dramaturge, Edge of Chain for a Masquerade. We're not going to activate any other cards. We're not going to be burning ourselves with Masquerade. Opponent passes. We draw Prep. It's still branded in red set. They can activate, pass the turn. 24 left in deck. And then if our opponent Feather Dusters, we just automatically concede. End phase. We draw another Prep. Well, it may not be possible to hide what we're playing. Set Cyber Emergency. Pass the turn. Opponent draws 23 in deck. Passes. Droplet is good. Droplet gives us the potential to stop something after our mind gets outed. Set Droplet. Pass the turn. Opponent draws 22. Omega's going to prompt us to activate Droplet a million times now. That's annoying. We draw Set Rotation. For sure not activating that. Go to the end phase. Discard Set Rotation. Hopefully make it look like we're playing Sky Strikers. Standby. Main. Oh. Okay, opponent has a main decked Feather Duster, and I think that means we lose. Get punished. I still feel like sitting on this command is usually safe. See what our opponent can do. They only need 1800 more damage. Like, they can normal summon a Luber and kill us, honestly. Activates Tragedy. Target. Branded Fusion. And we're going to scoop it up before our opponent sees what we're playing. Going first against Despia. I don't think we change anything. They're main decking. Maybe go down the mines for draws. If they're main decking Feather Duster, mine is less good. Try it like that. I'm gonna stand by that play. Game 1, Mystic Mine should be a free win against most decks. I did try main decking a Feather Duster for locals. a couple of weeks ago, it was terrible. I just played against combo decks the entire day. I did really well, so it didn't matter, but it did not work out. Not going to discourage anyone who wants to, especially your locals. So if main decking a Feather Duster is good there, do it. But I feel like on average, fewer people are going to be main decking Feather Duster. We're going to go first again. Standby main. Activate Nova. Special. Where is Alpha? Special Alpha. Make Linkuriboh. Activate Alpha, tribute Zeta. Grab Ben 10. Does opponent have Duel? Doesn't look like it. Zeta, tribute Ben 10. Search Medionis Drytron, activate Ben 10. Search Orange Light. This gives us some... So we already have Call By for Ash. This gives us protection against Nibiru. Make Fafnir. Activate Fafnir. Dump Gamma. Activate Medionis. Ritual summon Ben 10 from the graveyard. Activate Gamma. Tribute Ben 10. Special Alpha. Activate Ben 10. Search Vanity's Ruler. Activate Medionis, target Gamma. Activate Medionis. You detach Zeta, summon back Ben 10. Activate Preparation of Rites. Search another Ben 10, grab rack Medionis. Tribute, summon Vanity's Ruler. Activate Ben 10. Search Lancia. Not amazing in this matchup, but could do something. Make Herald. So now we can negate Banish, we can negate a spell or trap, opponent can't special summon, set Called By, and pass the turn. So opponent blows out with Feather Duster, took away our free win last turn. Hopefully can't do that again. But I can't think of a way Despia gets out of this. We even have a negate for a Raigeki, so like they can normal summon a Luber, I guess, run over the Herald, and then Raigeki. But even then we still have Called By and Orange Light, so not in the worst shape. I guess we have Linkuriboh, so the Luber can't even attack over the Herald. Yeah, opponent needs a lot to get out of this. Dark Ruler no more, maybe? Alright, opponent, once again thinking through their options, normals a Luber, activates a Luber, sure. Grabs branded in red. Chain has ended. And opponent concedes. All right. So going second, we're going to put mine back in, I think. Maybe cut Lancia. Doesn't really stop anything other than branded in red. So cut Lancia, cut set rotation, put mines back in. Just in case they build a board and we need to buy ourselves a few turns. And then leave draws in. Draws not great if they have a branded opening in drop phase. Other than that, it's pretty good. Can remove applied rarities by... Okay. No hand traps. We do have droplet. Opening Vanity's Ruler is not great. Has Fright for Patchwork. Grabs Poly and Edge Imp. I actually really like Droplet against this deck for negating the Chimera. Opponent thinking... Opponent's taking a long time to think through their plays, which perhaps I incorrectly tend to interpret as they don't have very many good options. Whereas if you're like experienced with the deck, like the obvious option is usually you don't have to think about it very long. But let's go all the way to the red Hourglass. We know they have Poly, so they have access to probably have access to Lubellion. Activates Poly. This deck leading on Poly is not super optimal for them, so that's always good to see. Fusion, Albaz, and Dramaturge into Lubellion. Activates Dramaturge on 1, Lubellion on 2. That's weird, because if we had Orange Light, we would probably Orange Light the Lubellion. Shuffle, shuffle, summons Mirror Jade. Dramaturge summons itself, activates the chain, gets another Patchwork. Don't care about that. So now they have Patchwork in 2 cards. Probably activates Mirror Jade, but we haven't seen them have an ad lib. Sets a monster. Activates Mirror Jade. Send Albion. Banish the set Edge Imp. Okay. Pretty okay with that. End phase. Albion presumably gets branded in red. So now if they use the Mirror Jade on this turn, they almost certainly have ad libitum in hand. We draw Delta. Not fantastic with Pot of Prosperity. Activate Fafnir. That's very bright. Add Nova. Already have Alpha in hand, of course. Activate Nova. Special Zeta. How does this work? Quick effect, detach, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. So Adlib could still negate this. Activate Alpha, tribute Zeta. Summon Alpha, search Ben 10. Also worth considering, Natasha plays Zeta, tribute Ben 10. Add Medionis. Activate Ben 10. search. Natasha. Summon Mu Beta. Assuming this gets negated, activate Mu Beta. Opponent targets with Dramaturge. Chain Droplet, send Fafnir. Opponent can't chain Branded in red. Negate Dramaturge, dump Gamma. Activate Medionis. Detach Zeta. Summon Ben 10. Activate Gamma. Pitch Ben 10. Summon back Zeta. Activate Ben 10. Search a Ben 10. Opponent has to brand it in a red soon, I think. Activate Medionis, target Gamma. So this might... We're giving up a lot of value, but if we summon Vanity's Ruler, we have to lock him out of branded in red, right? Vanity's Ruler, tribute, summon, activate Delta, tribute Ben 10. This cuts off prosperity, but I don't even think we need anything else. Another Fafnir is not great. Activate Ben 10. Search. Ida 10. Activate Medionis. Summon... Summon Natasha. Detach the Alpha. Natasha, target Vanity's Ruler. Link summons. Probably have a light engrave. They don't. Link summon Lina. Activate Natasha, banish Ben 10, target Mirror Jade. Summon Natasha, summon Mirror Jade. Activate Natasha, target Mirror Jade. Summon... I guess it doesn't even matter. Summon Access Code. Effective access code, target Lina. And opponent scoops it up. Okay, I'm sure that there was a more clean way to play through that, but that felt extremely powerful. GG opponent.